What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee and this is the Optimistic Network. Today we're making curry pig ears with butter beans. And if you've never had that, this is one dish you need to try. Growing up, I ate a lot of pig ears, especially when my parents killed pig or butchered a pig. We would freeze some and corn some or corned to make corned pork or corn pork. Now the ears, some of the belly and other parts would go in the corn pork bucket. So we would eat corn pork with ackee and I would get pieces of ears. So needless to say, we've never really bought pig ears in the store or anything like that. We would just eat it from butchering our own pig. However, I found pig ears in the store and I decided to curry it today with some buttered bean. So I took out my pig ears overnight and thaw it, and I cut it up and seasoned it about 3 to 4 hours before I cooked it. I actually cut it up and then I washed it off with some vinegar and some lemon. I seasoned with some Tony's garlic powder, onion powder, garlic, pimento seeds, chicken seasonings, and some chief curry. And I may have used a couple other seasonings that I have, but you can season it with whatever you like to season your meat with. Now it's 4 hours later and I'm ready to cook it. So what I did, I put a pot on the stove, put a little oil in it and added my curry to the oil and let that fry a little. I don't make it really burn, but fry up a little. Then I added my pig ears to it, stir it in, cover it up, and open about another 2 minutes, stir it in again, and then add my first water. This took about an hour to cook on high, so all I did was just keep watching it, stirring occasionally, and add water whenever the water dries down. And I used room temperature to warm water. And while this is cooking, I figured this is the perfect time to let you know that if you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn your notification bells on, and get active in the comments. Now, I always tell people add 1 to 2 cups of water depending on the amount of meat you're cooking when you're cooking. Don't just fill your pot with water and cover it and leave it to cook. It makes a big difference if you add your water little by little. It makes a big difference in the taste because I feel like it just lock in the water and cook full with flavors. When you throw a lot of water and just cover it, and also food cook, it just gonna come out like blah. So if you cook with a pot full of water and cover it, stop that. Take the time and add your water tip by tip, a cup or a cup and a half or 2 cups at a time, and cook your meat gradually. Don't fill up your pot of water. Now about halfway through, I cut up an onion. You can actually cut up this and season this with your meat and cook it in the beginning with everything. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I use a half in the beginning and add another half halfway through or towards the end. But today, I am adding my onion halfway through. Now, keep in mind, if you want big chunks of onions in your food, in your gravy in the end, add your onion like 5 to 10 minutes before you take it off. However, I want my onion to cook out in my gravy to give my meat and my gravy flavor. So that's why I'm adding it halfway. So my onion is going to cook all the way out. Then I cut up a piece of pepper, Carolina Reaper. It's really hot pepper. And I added a piece of ginger to it. Again, your pepper, your ginger, all of that can be added in the beginning when you're seasoning your meat and everything just cooked together, because these are not aromatics that you're looking to eat. You just want them cooked down in the gravy to get good gravy. So unless you're looking to eat them, you can add them earlier in your cooking. You can add them halfway through. So here is my onion and my peppers going in right now with a little more water. My meat is halfway cooked, almost done. And here you can, once your meat is halfway cooked, you can try it to see if it cooked to your liking. You can taste the gravy to see if you need to adjust the seasoning or anything like that. Don't eat the raw meat. Just wait until it's halfway cooked. You can taste a little piece. That's what I usually do. Or just spoon out a little of the gravy, put in the middle of my hand to taste flavor, to add, to know what to add and you know what not to add. Sometimes I don't have to add anything at all. Now, this sheaf curry, I'm trying for the first time. I've never had it, but I've heard a lot of good about it. But I mean, it's okay. I still wouldn't give up my better pack for it or my Jamaican choice for it. My favorite curry is better pack and then Jamaican choice. And then this one is not so bad, but it's okay. Now, like I say, it's just a lot of opening of the pot, closing the pot, adding water, stirring, because that's what you do. You put effort into cooking. You pay attention when you're cooking. And that's why you don't need to fill up your pot of water. So now I'm adding my scallion. So like 3/4 way cook, I'm adding my scallion to it, stir it up again, and covering it down. And because right now I'm on my last half, my final part of the cooking, so just added my scallion and stirring up and cover it again. Another little tip when you're cooking, okay, so if you add a little more seasoning and you stir it up, don't just add it, stir it up, and then taste to see if you need to add more. Add it, stir it up, cover it down and let it cook some more. And then when you open again to stir and add water, then you taste again to see if you need more seasoning. You want the seasoning to cook out because a lot of these seasonings have salt. So you can only taste them after they're cooked out. So you may be adding and stirring and adding and stirring and tasting, and you realize you still want salt. But after it cooked down, you realize it's salty. So that's just a little tip. Now the last 5 minutes of my meat cooking. So at this point, my meat is already cooked and everything. And I added my butter bean. I just cut it, drain the water, and add it to my meat. And I just stir it up, cover it down to simmer this time. So this time I'm waiting for the gravy to thicken to my liking. Also, you know what you're eating your meat with, so you know how much gravy you want. So if you're eating with food, you might need a little more gravy than if you're eating it with rice. So yeah, once this simmer and done, you're ready to eat. And I add mine with a piece of roasted breadfruit and some rice, some white rice. And this was so good. Bring back so many good memories, and it's just nice, easy to eat, and different. So the outer texture of the ears is a little gelatinous, and then the cartilage part of it is nice and just chewy and crunchy and so good. I enjoyed this so much. This was gone in about a couple hours. I mean, I didn't eat it all by myself, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next upload. Mwah!